There you go. All right. So we moved into the panel part of this wonderful day, right? Remember, we're here tomorrow as well. For those of you wondering, we're here tomorrow. More speakers, more panels. I remember 100 speakers. We have 30 different countries. It's amazing. Particularly Grace. Is Grace still here? That wonderful world record that we set earlier on. That was so special. That one's going to hang with me as well. So we're moving into our panels. Today we have a super panel of incredible guests who I would say are some of the biggest players and stakeholders in the blockchain industry sector here in Indonesia. So we're going to be talking about several topics, but before we go to there, I just want to remind everybody that there are 4 things which are super important about creating and maintaining a thriving ecosystem. In no particular order, the availability of capital, money, who's got it? The availability of talent, the availability of projects, and leadership. These are the 4 things which are essential to grow any thriving ecosystem here in any part of the world, especially here in Indonesia. So what we're going to start off with is I'm going to ask the guests to introduce themselves, maybe like a 30-second or 30-second or a minute. Which one do you think's better? 45. I love the democracy. It's like 30 a minute. Let's go for 45 in the middle. All right. So we'll have like 45-second intros, and then we'll get into the questions that we have prepared for the panel. So we'll start. I'll grab a seat. So we'll start to my left and work our way onwards. So you're using this microphone, right? Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today and to be a part of Trade Expo Indonesia. My name is Natasha Burgwitz, and I represent marketing team of Internet Computer Protocol. We are layer 1 blockchain with a headquarters in Zurich, about 200 people team working all over the world. And we have a quite good presence in Asia, especially in Indonesia and Bali. Me personally, I'm responsible for engaging with the communities, crypto communities, with projects, developers, with everyone who is interested to build on internet computer blockchain. I did 45 seconds, Robert. Some passing.
All right, I will make it short. Okay, everyone. My name is Naufal. I'm a Vice President of Business Development in Indodax. So basically, as a business development team in Indodax, we are the frontliner of our business in Indodax. So we'll looking or we'll approach, or maybe there's some inquiries projects to come to Indodax, then you guys should meet me in the front line. I mean, yeah, what we're doing in the business development is just a listing, market making, or maybe payment gateway, and the others maybe are about the Web3 projects. Yeah, actually we can discuss it about it. So, you can find me in Indodax to integrate your partnership as, with Indodax, Thank you, I think.
Check. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm part of Kunci Coin as a BD. So basically, Kunci Coin is a utility token acting as we are trying to move the Web2 payment to Web3. So basically, the demography of Indonesian is kind of exciting for us. That's why major of foreigners come to Indonesia, because we represent of 1/3 of Asian economic, by the way. So basically, it's kind of huge numbers and pretty big market for the new technology such blockchain. But as a local crypto project, we are exciting as well, because we are trying to explore more and more a possibility with this kind of technology, and looking forward to partnering with the local project and also the outsider project as well. Thank you.
Wonderful, man. Yeah. Good job.
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Robbie here. I'm from Komunitas. Komunitas is basically a launchpad, or in simple words, we are a crowdfunding ecosystem, crowdfunding platform for crypto projects. So you might think it as like something like Kickstarter or Indiegogo in a Web2 world. So since our inception in 2021 November, we have helped approximately 75 projects in fundraising, and in total we have helped them to raise almost 7 million with almost 6,700
Yeah.
unique participants. So thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Felita Setiawan. You can call me Felita. I'm from Indonesia Crypto Network or ICN. ICN owns the leading media channels in Indonesia. If you know coinvestasi.com and also Coindesk Indonesia that we just recently launched last August. So excited to be speaking in the panel today. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So, look, just to get us started, as I mentioned before, today is about blockchain, key learnings, layer one, exchanges, launch pads, and utility coins. So, our aim today is for those people here that maybe not so familiar with blockchain, that we can explain a little bit of that to you. For those of you who already are familiar with all the words that I've just said, then ideally we can take it one step further. All right? So, one thing, maybe we just start. Who's got microphones? So we got one over here, one over there. I know it's like someone sitting on the microphone and say, "Oh, look, here's the microphone." I just did it twice. See, I knew it. All right, so all good, all good. I've sat on two microphones today just to get it out the way. All right, so first question, which I have here prepared, and maybe this one we have Kunchi. So we have Kunchi, Coindesk, Comunitas, and obviously ICP and Indodax. So to Kunchi, how a utility coin can change the way that people interact with different aspects of their lives. Maybe one or two or three examples, if you can, that would be great.
Thing. Yeah, thank you for the question. I think this is also a very good questions regarding the utility token and such, because we are, building our project to actually maximize the services that using the blockchain technology and stuff like that. And the utility token itself is very special because you can actually utilize your anything about the data, your time, and also you can actually pick and choose the services that giving you the most leverage. So basically, let me explain one by one. By data means that if you are going onto Web2 platform that, let's say you upload some stuff, a TikTok video, or you contribute to the blog or something that you might not can leverage the data that you give to the platform directly or instantly. But within the utility token platform, some of them really give the rewards when you actually contributing your data towards the platform. So basically, you leverage your data instead of let the platform just utilize your data for the ads, such as Facebook and stuff like that. They sell your data towards these companies, but you're not getting anything from that. That's the first thing. The second thing is that about their time, because let's looking towards the game industries where people playing games all day, all night long. Some of them really make it out and really make it big as a professional player and stuff like that. But in Web3 space, you do not really need to be that as big in Web2 platforms, because you can actually buy such NFTs and then sell the equipment and such. You can actually make money from there and really make a good fortune without the need to be exposed as a good player and such thing. Because Web3 really give us such freedom, even though you are not as famous as the players that are already big. And the third one is about the services. We are in Web3 now, really being mindful of about the services that really give us the most benefits, instead of just the company using us as their cash cow and stuff like that. But we can actually do on the exact same way towards the platform itself, because we build this kind of ecosystem that creates liquidity, that everyone can have access, and also the same chances to get the most rewards as long as they contribute to the platform. I think that's the three major parts that I think utility tokens can impact us.
Right. Thank you very much indeed. And just to get a sense of the room, most people here I recognize, but some I don't. So just a quick raise of hands. So when we talk about blockchain, utility coins, launch pads, raise your hands if you know what we're talking about. Great. So raise your hands if you don't know what we're talking about. All right. Okay, there's a few there. That's good. Okay, good. Just to get an idea. So next question. I think it shall go to ladies first. Felita. Okay, so Felita, so looking at this challenge of adoption, and we know that that quite a lot of people, not only in Indonesia but around the world, aren't necessarily understanding of what this industry is or what it has to offer. Maybe they don't understand some of the terminology. So if I asked you, number one, what is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now in your company? And then number two, what are you doing to solve it in terms of this global understanding of what we're talking about now?
Sure. Sure. Hello. Yeah. Sure. Thanks. So I'm coming from the media side of the crypto spectrum. So people not knowing what Web3 terms is actually our challenge in the company. So what we do is we basically provide a proper education through all channels. So we cover stories on Web3 startups, on Web3 development around the world through our media channels, but also give them a proper education on like what is Bitcoin, at least, what is blockchain, what is Web3, how to benefit with it, how can you benefit your life with Web3 technologies. So we do create contents like that to educate people. Aside from content, we also do like a lot of outreach to a lot of communities, because Indonesia is very diverse country. Like we have a lot of islands. People are scattered. Communities are scattered. Like we know Jakarta is the capital city, but there are a lot of strong communities out there in outside of Jakarta. Like for example, like Bandung, Jogja, even Bali, right? So there are a lot of strong communities, strong appetite from each of the regions of Indonesia that want to know more about Web3. So aside from doing a lot of contents, like proper contents, write a lot of good contents, we also do outreach to local communities out there outside from Jakarta, because we know, like, for example, like gaming or GameFi, those games are made popular by local or small communities, like low income communities. That's what made the GameFi popular. Like, okay, I can get money from, I can make my living from playing games. So that's how we see, like Indonesia has a lot of potential, but we just have to go out there and outreach those small communities, and also, just educate them properly through like a good contents. Thank you.
Great answer. And so for the few people here who raised their hands that they don't know where to start or where to look, are there any resources that you could just tell them now where they could find some information?
Yes. So over to coinvestasi.com and also CoinDesk Indonesia. So we just launched CoinDesk Indonesia, so you can just read all the upcoming and recent news in coindesk.id.
Right. So CoinDesk Indonesia and coindesk.id.
Coindesk.id and coinvestasi.com.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next question, Indodax, brother. All right. So question that's been scripted. Funny that. What are the major prerogatives for a coin to be listed? So what are the major elements? What are the major checklists, in a way, for a coin to be listed in a primary centralized exchange and how Indodax approaches listings and regulations?
Yes, thank you for the questions. Yeah, basically, we always hearing the hearing the orders from our regulator, which is Bapapti. It's simple. I mean, there's three requirements to be listed in Indodax. First, you need to get listed at least in three exchange, maybe one DEX or two checks in globally. And the second one, you need to get a license for the security audit license. And the third one, since our government, our Bapati, doing some scoring to get a scoring with if it's the token or projects it's good or not. They're searching from the coin market cap. So the third one, it's the token should listed at least in coin market cap. And then all of and then if all of these three requirements already we get it. I mean, if we get all of these three requirements, then we will do the sums our private score with our team risk. And then if we got the result, if the score at least 6.5, then we'll give the score to the Bapapti and we can list it if they get a whitelist from Bapapti. It's simple. Yeah, we can just list it then.
Thank you. And so with Indodax right now, what are some of the major challenges that Indodax are facing in Indonesia?
Yeah, maybe I can say that the crypto player is Indonesia is growing every day. There's a lot of developer in Bali maybe, and we call it Bali as a Bitcoin island. It was, you know, there's a lot of developers in Bali in Indonesia. As maybe you can see the presence of the Oscar, our CEO and founder. Indonesia is contribute around 41% the crypto in Indonesia. So the major concern is actually it's quite massive. So we need to support our local projects to be listed in Indodax. So because Indodax is local exchange, we need to support market, Indonesian market to get to know crypto better and to do some transactions, and of course to support Kunci and Komunitas, and we'll get the information from the coin desk. That's it.
Wonderful. And look, so I think we'll go to Robbie and then we'll come back to you. So Komunitas, so what does it take for a community to become a DAO, deploy various kinds of tokens, and how your launchpad can support them?
Okay, so
And just before you go, maybe explain what a DAO is first. I think
Yeah.
there might be some people.
sure. So yeah, I think DAO is quite a huge topic. So basically, DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. And yeah, we have seen a lot of projects. They are using DAO name behind their projects, like Temple DAO and all of this project. But I think for a community to act as a DAO, they will have to come out with a better way to agree on something, maybe like the consensus. And of course, in this way, Komunitas as a launchpad, we are not only supporting a project as a DAO, but we also can support projects in their very early stage. So as a launchpad and as an incubator, normally there's a lot of project coming to us, and they would like to understand more about how to get into the crypto space. Most of the project that came to us, they are quite new in the space. Like some of them, they came from Web2 space. Some of them, they are just new in the Web3 space and crypto. So we have to really guide them through all the thing and the assessment that we have in order for them to to be a better project. So yeah, there's a lot of challenges for sure for us, but then with with current market condition, it is all of course quite harder to get a good project and a lot of community, and their the engagement rate is quite low. But then we are still trying our best to uh, get a good project and to list them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Robbie. Thank you. So look, ICP, Natasha, question for you. So what is a layer one blockchain? How major technological features affects the whole blockchain space? What would you say?
Thank you for the question, Robert. It's working, right? Yeah. So, if to say super simple, what is layer one blockchain? It's a base layer of blockchain architecture. So, this is the possibility to execute and do the transaction without help of any other network. Now, we in ICP, we would like to think about us as a one big world computer. And with the help of this computer, you can build a decentralized application, you can build new Web3 application, and all the information will be stored 100% on-chain on our blockchain. You're gonna ask me like, why it is revolutionary, right? So like this, all the data of the users are actually safe. Nobody can use it in someone's favor, right? Like it's right now happening in the centralized world. So I guess this is one of our first key features and technological thing. Now, if to speak about other technological features, we have a lot going on in internet computer recently. But I would point three major things. And first is Bitcoin integrations. I guess here everybody know Bitcoin. So now there is a possibility to store and use Bitcoin on IC wallet. And moreover, developers can write smart contract on Bitcoin, right? The second feature is gonna be creators economy. And if we speak about Web3, right, we speak about better compensation for content creators. And IC blockchain has a reverse gas fee model. What does it mean? It means that when you use blockchain as an end user, for you it's free. Developers are paying for using blockchain. And this gives a better possibility for creation. For example, influencers can earn more and be compensated well, so their content actually appreciated. And the third key feature is we are green, and this is important because we all here care about environment. If to compare, for example, how much energy consume one Google search to one transaction on IC blockchain, we are gonna be 4 times less energy consuming. So we are super green, and I guess this is one of the features we are proud on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So look, what questions now? We're just going to fly out. So look, I look at the panel, right? And what I see 2 beautiful women. I see 3 handsome men. But what I also see, right, 2 guests and 4 Indonesian.
You are also handsome, Robert.
And I see some remarkable hair. So look, as you know or you don't know, so my wife is Indonesian, our 2 kids, Indonesian and Australian passport holders, even though I'm from the UK. I love Indonesia, right? Bhinneka Tunggal Ika were the first 3 words I learned.
Yeah.
Pancasila was the first thing which I studied. And then being in Bali, Trihita Kadana, Takomasi, and Tri Kandala as well. So I'm very on board, right? With Indonesia, I work on a whole number of different projects in about 12 different industries. And what I love to do, which is a personal thing, is I'm a Libran, right? So Librans, or like me, we like to find ways to create balance and harmony, right? We seek balance and harmony, right? Okay, so here's a question. So to the four of you. So when you see people like us come to Indonesia with the best of intentions, sometimes we mess up. I have done it, right? But not on purpose, not on purpose. Like, what would you like to see? How can people like us help and contribute to what's already happening here in a true way of collaboration, not the other, not like, hey, because we don't know, knowledge sharing, right? That's what I'm all about. But without trying to lead you too much in the question, so how can foreigners here in Indonesia, how can they contribute to Indonesia? What would be some of the best ways that you can think of that they could do that?
Okay, maybe I can start. Maybe you can contribute by, let's say, when you have a project, you can try to enroll some Indonesian to get them involved in your project as well, so that we as Indonesian, we can learn from foreigners as well. Because to be honest, when we see foreigners doing something, we believe more in the foreigners. That's the truth. you know you know yeah, I mean, like, it's a good way of competition, right? So we also I love Bali. Bali blockchain ecosystem is more, I can say, mature than Jakarta and any other cities in Indonesia, because many of the digital nomads live there. Okay, and this is the thing that I would like other cities like Jakarta, Bandung, Medan, and Surabaya to learn and to see about the blockchain. So yeah, that is the thing. I mean, like, if you have a project, try to enroll some Indonesian, try to get them involved in your project. By this, you can contribute back to Indonesia country. Thank you.
And to
You want to go first? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Ladies first.
Yes, I think just wanted to take a step back. Blockchain and Web3 here is just to solve the problem that we have in the financial institutions, the distrust of the government back in 2008, the crisis, right? So I think coming back to your question, how can a foreigner like you help to contribute in the community? Is just focus on solving problems. Don't make projects just for the sake of doing projects, just to take the money out of this people, just to launch a token without any utility behind it. So do a project. If you want to do a project, focus on solving real problems, improve the economy of the people, improve the knowledge of the people. So I think that's the essence of blockchain and Web3 itself. Not necessarily, I mean, we don't differentiate between foreigner or like local. It's just who solved the problem the best, right? Who actually in the space building real things. So I think it's not a question of like nationality. It's just a question of what kind of problem do you solve. If you solve problem that will impact the better of the community, I think just go do it, right? But don't take the money out of the people just for the sake of doing crypto projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So one of the brothers, you're up. Yeah.
All right, Robert. Yeah, actually the question makes me happy to answer it. When we see people like you, the foreigner, actually, where do you come from again?
I was born in London originally.
London, okay. I think you know even better than me about Indonesia. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika Pancasila,
I know more than I can speak. Oh, but the kids speak better Indonesian than I do. They speak Indonesian, Bahasa Indonesia, and they speak Balinese. I'm there going like, what are they saying? So is my wife actually. She's like, Balinese, what is that? Anyway, please.
Yeah. Okay, let me continuing. I mean, when I see the people like you came from London. You're staying here. You love Indonesia. You love Bali. It's like you're representing Indonesia to your friends in London, right?
Spot on.
And you know, as what Oscar mentioned before, Indodax is top 30 exchange in the global. You know what? It's just because people like you come here, you're investing your projects in Indonesia, you're representing your citizen in London, then you will bring all of the London citizens to come to Indonesia. It's not just in London. It's not just UK. I mean, we have a lot of partners in Indodax here. Let's say Everscale. There's Alex, Anton, you know. Yeah, there's Everscale. And you know, Fexanium and the others. They're, yeah, Sergio Sashev from Everscale. Yeah, let's say they're from Russia. They're already listed in our platform. They're representative their projects in Indonesia, then they will bring a lot of Russian projects to get listed in Indonesia. That makes Indodax could be growing ever. I mean, you know, bigger. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. My other brother.
So I got a funny story from a friend of mine that the foreigners tend to have this bullet privilege, whether you admit it or not, right? So basically, whether it whites or black, the bullet privilege is there, right? So basically, a friend of mine going to the such restaurant, street food, you know, right and left, all the restaurants stuff like that. So basically, this waitress see this guy, she over like, hey, sure, sir, come here. We give you 50% discount lah for you. And then the bullet just passed by, right? So a friend of mine and then come to the restaurant. Oh, 50%, yeah. No, only for that one. So basically, that's kind of that thing exists around here. So basically, we really wanted to ask the foreigners to not only come to our country and make money or even get laid or something like that, use the privilege to actually really give a social contribution, such as not only in Jakarta or Bali, because the centers of Indonesia, right? But we have Sumatrans, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi. Really, our country is pretty big, and it doesn't enough for us only to focus on the Jakarta itself, right? So basically, your contribution will be looked up by the locals, because you guys like, wow, just only by seeing your face, like, wow, you guys so expert, you guys so cool, right? Instead of using locals. So basically, those kind of things, whatever you said, whatever you do, sometimes cooler than locals. So I think that's how the foreigners can improve our locals' economic, locals' culture and such, because of sometimes the local itself kind of pretty
What? In bahasa.
terlalu ini apa namanya kewalahan,
It's too crowded. No, see.
overwhelmed with our own particularly our own areas. So basically, with you guys coming in, you guys have more access, because English is the main language for most knowledge, right? So basically, it actually can transfer the knowledge itself to our locals. So that's how I think the best way to improve our locals.
Look, thank you so much. I got one last question and then we have to wrap up because I know we're running late. Thank you so much for each of you giving us your honest opinion. I speak not only for myself but many others. We feel privileged to be here in Indonesia, and we know that Indonesia is a world power. Like for me, Indonesia is it's how a country of the future can look. When you look at all of those things I mentioned, from Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, Pancasila, when you really get into it, like this is what creates a truly conscious ecosystem. So that's how I see Indonesia. Last question. So we're here about the Trade Expo Indonesia. So this one, a quick answer if you can. How do you see, because blockchain is about, we're here for Trade Expo, is about how does blockchain enhance the future of trade? So maybe if we just go one round and then we'll end after that. How does your project or initiative impact that future or affect that future?
Yeah, so just to be quick, conscious of time, like from media company like us, like crypto media company, we bring a lot of information outside of the country and localize it. Use the local language so people from suburb area, rural area can understand what is actually Web3, what Bitcoin is actually is. So we bring a lot of information from outside of the country to make it localized, to localize it to the people in the country. Thank you.
Yeah, as for us, as a launchpad, I think that we are the gateway for the traditional industry or Web2 industry to go into Web3. Before the token get listed on exchanges like Indodac, they will surely do some kind of fundraising, either in private round or public round. So I see Launchpad like Communitas is some kind of gateway for the Web2 company to go into the Web3. Thank you.
In our part, we're trying to build such ecosystem with Coin, where recently we launched the CoinPay for the people actually transact the the into the Web3 by using the Web2 platform. So basically, within the app, you can just pay with BNB, Coin, Bitcoin, and but the user itself receive the fiat currency. So basically, we are not against the regulation. That's how we do in our platform. And as well, we are trying to look more on the education itself because each and every one of us, contribute to that. Right. So basically, we wanted to focus on that as well.
Yeah, what we're doing in Redux is actually to meet within the buyer and the seller, So the crypto projects can sell their products in Redux. Then all of the markets in Indonesia can buying the projects. I mean, as a utility, as a good utility, let's say a kunci, to have a transactions. So if right now we only accept IDR as a currency, so maybe in the future, yeah, why not? We use a crypto as a can transactions.
Couple of months ago, there was a series of events in Bali, a supernova. What was it about? It was the initiative to support local projects. We, as a layer one blockchain, we give grants for building, for development, we give community grants. So we are going on continue this, and also to support local crypto communities and help them to grow together and go to the Web3.
Thank you so much to all the panel. I really appreciate your time and your honesty. That other question was not in any questions, but it was just coming up. Just something I wanted to ask, right? So round of applause, everybody, please. Felicita, Natash, Nural, Dedi, Felita, thank you, and Robbie. Thanks so much indeed, guys. Thank you.